Yo, this Jake People with Bitcoin Behind the Bar, and I got a hold on, let me show you being dope T-shirt. Yeah, I got another one for you right now. This time I'm just gonna react to myself actually being on the Anton Daniels Millionaire Morning Show. Now, if y'all don't know who Anton Daniels is, that's a guy that he's a pretty dope dude. He allows people to come up on this platform and talk about stuff they disagree with him. Anton Daniels is a dope dude. He allowed me on this platform. And the thing that I wanted to do was tell a large group of people they should learn more about Bitcoin. And I wanted to tell him that too, because I know that a lot of us people, we don't really understand what we need until we need it, and it's too late. So educate yourself about Bitcoin. And here's how the conversation went. I think I was kind of weak on the live because your boy ain't really that good at lives. So I'm gonna go ahead and go play by play with it, and we're gonna talk about it. If y'all don't follow Anton Daniels, y'all go ahead, but y'all probably already do if y'all right here watching me because the guy got like 200, 400,000 people follow him, so he pretty dope. Um, let's get into the interview. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the YouTube video of when I came on. And then I'll talk a little bit about what I said and what I kind of meant to say, or explain a little bit of what I was trying to say to him. That, but I don't know your position on this, but I know that you got paper, so you probably don't really care about Bitcoin too much. And when I say Bitcoin, I'm not talking about crypto. I'm talking about Bitcoin. And I think that we should talk about it a little bit more because this asset is going to be very, very respected coming soon into the financial world. And I just don't think enough people really understand about it. I'm not really trying to get everybody to buy it. I'm not trying to sell you anything on it and everything like that. I was just saying it's something that you should learn about.
So you say that we don't need to dive into cryptocurrency per se, but Bitcoin specifically.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin is the it's the commodity that's gonna it could change the world in a sense where like all the big time hedge funds is getting into it. Like you got Larry Fink and BlackRock trying to start an ETF with it, and when they do, it's gonna explode. It's gonna allow people to actually invest in it that couldn't invest, that only can invest in securities. It's gonna allow people to actually borrow against it later on in the future. But that's all coming later on.
So sell me on why Bitcoin makes.
See, before I sell him, well, talk about selling on him. Before we go there, I was talking about Larry Fink and the ETF of Bitcoin. A lot of y'all that pay attention to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, they know that they applied for a spot ETF. Larry Fink is BlackRock. It's about 20 something companies that apply for a spot ETF. And what a spot ETF is, it allows a company to actually own the commodity at spot price, not any futures where they can blank settle on paper. You have to actually own the product. And being that Bitcoin is a commodity that's limited, meaning that it's only 21 million coins that's ever going to be printed and produced. It's 19 million out that's right now. So you're not going to be able to buy up enough. So when the supply shrinks, demand goes high, that means price expands because a lot of people is trying to go after a little bit of supply. So the price is going to expand. It's also going to allow companies, endowments, certain businesses, certain municipalities to actually invest in Bitcoin because contract wise, they can't invest in anything but securities. So if you can't invest in anything but securities, you can't own Bitcoin because it's a commodity. The ETF turns Bitcoin into a security for those folks and they can actually invest in it. And what I say about the ETF, why it's going to explode, the reason I say it's going to explode, initially I believe it's going to explode because why would they create a product and not try to sell the product to people? Larry Fink used to tell people that Bitcoin was trash, Bitcoin is nothing, and now he's having an ETF application with the SEC, and now he's going to change his tune and say, hey, we all need to have this just in case. And what I was saying about borrowing against it, well, you could borrow against your securities just like people borrow against Apple stock, people borrow against the Tesla stock, and they buy other things. So it's just going to be another security that you can borrow against, and it may expand the financial system. So that's what I was kind of trying to say. But he a debater at heart, so he gonna ask me the question. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him ask me that question. Sell him on it. I really wasn't trying to sell him on it, but this way I fumbled a lot. Then I kind of messed up a lot over here. Here you go.
Makes sense. Sell me, not based off of whatever, not based off of speculation, but sell me on the value of it. So I'll give you an example, right? If you say, Anton, well, what is the value in Tesla? I could say, okay, well, here's some of the eight things that I look for when I'm looking to invest in a company. Management, right? Management is not just based off of the CEO, but let's take Elon Musk specifically. His name being attached to something automatically increases the value of it, especially with his innovation and engineering, because he's a hands-on manager. Also, on top of that, he's eliminated the marketing department because he understands that he's leveraging his own platform as Twitter in order to continue to promote the product. He's innovating, especially with regard to the manufacturing process to make it simpler, cheaper. He's really into robotics. He's continuing to look at himself as a technology company, which is increasing the value of the company because he's a software engineer instead of looking at it as a manufacturing company. He has a really good cachet as far as his ability to be able to negotiate ties where other manufacturers haven't been, like in China, whereas China used to require for people to have a partnership with Chinese companies, but then at the same time, he's at the forefront of the movement with electrification, even though it's a little bit abrasive in the United States of America. But the Model Y, at least for the last 3 quarters, has been the best-selling vehicle in the entire world, right? And then I can go over and I can start having a conversation about how he's leveraging his likeness, and then I could talk about the rest of the auto industry, about how he's literally helped to manufacture the strike from the UAW members in order to continue to increase the value of Tesla, right? And then I can start going into a lot of different stuff, right?
You see right there, Anton, he said sell it to him like he understands why he should own Tesla. And the main thing is, I should have just said, bro, Elon Musk and Tesla, they own Bitcoin. So you're investing in a company that owns the asset that I'm telling you should learn about. So that right there should red flag you. Well, maybe I should learn about that because I'm learning all this about Tesla and how they doing the cars and how he's changing the world, but you're not understanding what they're owning as well. That's a part of the company that you're investing in. But that's besides the point. I just want him to learn a little bit more about it. And it's a lot of people that own Bitcoin. It's a lot more than Tesla, but this is me reacting to it. I kind of fumbled though.
Right. But the value of Tesla is based off of stuff that I can substantiate, that people can understand. But I always advocate against people investing in something that they don't necessarily understand.
And one thing I'm saying, like he says, he always go against. He doesn't advocate for investing in something that you don't understand. I realize that is the truth, and nobody's really gonna understand the total intricacies of Bitcoin, and a lot of people don't really understand how their bank works because if they did, they wouldn't bank there. So what I'm saying is educate yourself. I wasn't trying to sell him on investing in it. I was telling him on learning about it because when you learn about it, you're gonna make the right decision regardless. If you really learn about this, but here we go.
Which is why one of the reasons I don't really push cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, right? So sell me on it. Sell me on why it makes sense for somebody to then put their money into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency.
I wouldn't necessarily sell you on it. I'll just talk about the need base of it. Based upon like if somebody needs it, it's not just our country or like the United States people that might need Bitcoin. I would talk about in a sense where like it's more of a freedom thing. Like if you want to opt out of the system, like we already in this system of the United States interest rates and all that stuff. This Bitcoin is backed by like.
See right here, I really messing up real bad, bro. Like I feel like I'm a little nervous on this one.
I don't know if you understand hash power and things like that, but it's like mining and things like that. It's backed by. Um, I apologize for a second, but I'm not really trying to sell you. I'm trying to talk to you about research and actually understanding. Like Bitcoin is going to be used to advance the financial system. If we don't, I can't sell you on it right now because I'm kind of nervous, bro. I apologize. When I start talking about this subject, I get.
So what I was trying to say here, man, like to him, I'm not selling it to him because he's somebody who made it in this financial industry. And what I was trying to say to him is like this is beyond the United States. Most of us have access to dollars, like, and we can use our dollars, and our dollars is the most powerful currency on earth. But it's like a lot of different currencies on earth. It's like 50 or 60 currency. If you're born in a certain world where like the dollar is like inflating like crazy, then you're gonna need Bitcoin to hold the value of your purchasing power. Like some places like Venezuela and what it is, Argentina, Bitcoin has never ever had a bear market because they inflate the money so much. So if you was to buy Bitcoin, you will always have your purchasing power in those countries. Now we have the luxury of having access to dollar bills. Everybody don't have access to US dollars. Like when you're in different countries and the politicians are acting a fool, then guess what? You are bound to whatever that country's dollars are. So that's a need based thing, and when you really understand that, then that's what I'm talking about: education and learning who needs it. But as far as that goes, I'm gonna go ahead and get back into this doggone interview.
I get passionate about it, but I got some people that I
I'm
know
not
that
saying that it's a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that before I ever advocate for something, I always want to educate myself on it first. You know what I'm saying? I talk
yeah,
about real estate, but I never talked about real estate with regard to the building process until I started actually building properties. You know what I'm saying? So now
yeah.
I have more of a knowledge base to where I can tap into to give people the comparisons as far as the pros and the cons, what makes sense, what this industry is doing, how you can participate in it. Here's the pitfalls, here are the benefits, right? But because I don't
Okay,
participate in it because
I
I
got
don't
you.
fully understand it, then I can't push it to my people because I have to move based off of what makes sense for them, not necessarily just based off of speculation, right?
Yeah, I got you in that sense. Well, like you don't have to depend on banks and things like that to send your people money, right? You can use your own wallet. You know, we're gonna actually have digital currency gonna be a part of our life. So if you don't want to get it into like an investment to make money and things like that, you at least can use it to actually understand how a digital wallet works. You can send things from point A to point B. That's one thing you can use it for.
I know
Just to get into
blockchain,
it.
I know Ethereum, I understand it. I need people to break it down for me so that I
But
can know that they understand it.
you're in a different position. You're rich, right? So you can buy
I'm not
Bitcoin at
rich. I'm a regular
100,000.
guy. I'm out here trying to fight the migrant crisis. I ain't.
AD player, AD got the bag. He trying to say he ain't rich. AD got the bag though. Hey, what I was saying was like for people that is good at this doggone money making game. A lot of us are not as great at the money making game. A lot of people are plumbers. A lot of people are truck drivers. A lot of people are pharmacists. A lot of people are MDs, and they're not good business people. But you can be good at what you're good at, and you can save in Bitcoin. So when you're saving in Bitcoin, it's increasing your well, it's not increasing your purchasing power. It's actually maintaining your purchasing power or increasing your purchasing power. Because what's happening is United States and other countries, they're inflating the currency. When they inflate the currency on something that's finite, it increases in value, but the value is allowing you to still buy things at the price that you should have brought it at when you earned your money. That's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
ain't caught up in.
but
Let me take this off.
you can buy Bitcoin at 100,000, 25,000, 10,000, 150,000. But the normal person, when they're investing in stuff, they can't really save money because they're increasing the interest rate, like you said about the house, and they can't really save their money to actually get into something. For me, I'm just a normal guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my money into this as a savings where they can't ultra inflate my money because Bitcoin increases as they inflate the money or keep
Well, I don't
printing
care
money.
about inflation. Inflation don't bother me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Inflation doesn't bother you because you have you play the game well. You play this whole game well. You got houses, you got investments, you got things like that. But for the normal little guy that has $100, they can't go put $100 on something. They can save their money in Bitcoin outside of the system where they have to play the game of interest rates. And then as the government decides to print more money, that $100 a week or $100 every month, it starts to increase as well because it moves up with inflation. Because Bitcoin is a set amount. It's only going to be 21 million coins that's ever going to exist. So you can't keep inflating a finite product.
Yeah, they
As
can. The
these
value. That's why the value of it is so much more than it was when they first came out with it.
exactly. So if
That's
you buy
literally the definition of inflation, though.
yeah, you can inflate it, but your amount that you hold in Bitcoin is going to increase in value too. So like
Mm.
your purchasing power is going to remain the same. But if you put that $100 in a savings account, your purchasing power is going to decrease. So as you're saving as a little
Yeah, but
man,
why would I
you got
put it
one
in a
thousand
savings
dollars, two
account?
thousand,
I advocate
huh?
against savings account and I advocate for brokerage accounts, right? So if I
I
put it
know,
in a
but
brokerage account,
that puts the money into someone else's hands. Like I control all my money. I control everything. It puts it in my hands. I control my Bitcoin. I own it
so
on
how
my
much has
wallet.
it appreciated? How much
So right there, it does put the money in somebody else's hands when you're doing brokerage accounts. See, I like the freedom. This is why I want everybody to be educated on. That's why I was trying to tell them. Like I like the freedom of actually holding my own money. Like when you put it in brokerage accounts, you got to put that money somewhere. If you got it in a brokerage account, if you got it in a savings account, you got to trust that bank to hold your money. So you either gonna put it into a company, which they say Tesla, Apple, yada yada yada, the biggest, the best companies. But shoot, Tim Cook owns Bitcoin. He said, and that's the CEO of Apple. Elon Musk owns Bitcoin. That's X, Twitter, SpaceX, and all that stuff. So, like, to put it in a brokerage account, it's like, why put it in the middleman when you could just skip the middleman and actually own it? But you got to educate yourself on it to really understand what's going on. But here we go.
Has it appreciated on an annual basis?
About 125% since inception.
I think he asked me how much it has appreciated on an annual basis for me, and I answered 125%. I think it's like more up at 145%. So I think I was wrong on that, but I was wrong. Yeah, it's like higher.
Uh, and it's down
No, 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 no.
65% this year.
For you, since you started investing
For
in
me,
it.
I brought my first Bitcoin at what $3,800 in 2020.
That was cap. I've been buying Bitcoin since 2017. I sold a lot of it in 2018. I had an opportunity to buy one full Bitcoin at March 16th of 2020. I'm gonna put the screenshot of it up here for you. Uh, and I did not buy it at 3,800. I seen the price go down to 3,800, and I was able to have an opportunity because it was only down there for like an hour. I had it brought it at 4,600. Maybe I can show you the coin. Hold on, maybe I can show you the Coinbase thing right now. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen though. View all the transactions. See if I can find it for y'all. I have a lot of Coinbase transactions, so I'm pulling it up right now. Give me 1 second. I was so happy when I first brought my whole Bitcoin at one time. People gonna be like, "Man, you ain't selling at 70." No, my goal was to buy a full Bitcoin. So why would I sell it? I got bigger plans. I told you I'm a regular guy. I work a regular job. I save in Bitcoin, and that's what it is. All right, I got it right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there you go right there. I brought one BTC at $4,640.89. March 16th. It was 6:39 in the morning. Yep. So yeah, I was cap on that. I seen the price that low, but I'm live. He asked me questions like that, but I've been buying $10 a week here and there, $100, $25 here and there throughout like 2018 into 2018, 2019. When I really started educating myself and understanding more about it, I said I got to have this asset. God knows I wish I would have brought hundreds and hundreds of dollars all the way back when I first found out about it in 2016. But it is what it is.
It's at 26, 27 now. That's when I bought my first whole Bitcoin. I was buying $10 a week after that, but I had an opportunity to take advantage of this COVID crisis.
Mm.
So if y'all follow the channel, y'all know that I actually have a 52-week thing that I did where I brought $10 a week throughout 2021, and I am down on that investment right now, but it is what it is. Like I still continue to buy. I've been buying a little bit more than that. So if you follow the channel, I do got a series of 52 weeks of me buying Bitcoin. I'm gonna enhance that series and talk more about it later on. But yeah, I have been buying $10 a week just to show people on the internet that I did it.
Okay, I got you.
So
I do some research.
appreciated for me. It's appreciated for me, but
But based off of
I
what?
just
What
think
is it appreciating based off of?
it's appreciated. See, that's I didn't buy it for appreciation. I bought it because the government is printing money. Basically, it's appreciating off the bad things that the government is doing, printing money over and over again, and it's a finite value, and it's backed by hash power and mining. People don't think it's backed.
See, he only sees that like what is it doing? It's taking energy that wasted energy or energy itself and actually computing it, bringing out hash power, which secures the network. With all the nodes that we have, it's a secure network of money transactions, and that is a powerful thing to have. And it's actually the most secure network of money transactions that it is, and that makes that increasingly valuable. And you can send money across the world in the blink of an eye. You can send value across the world in the blink of an eye, and it's really valuable in that sense. So right now, I have a trouble like to explain some of that, and it's probably better to listen to like maybe this guy explain it right here. I'm gonna show you a video real quick.
This video explains why.
A lot of people say that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, and that's why they don't touch it. But think about the most valuable thing in the room with you right now. Is it a painting, a computer, the phone you're watching this video on? No, it's oxygen. Nothing else could possibly be more valuable than the air keeping you alive second to second. But it's also abundant and free, which is why you don't really think about it. Similarly, if you were offered a Rolex or a bottle of water right now, you'd probably pick the Rolex. But if you were stranded in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you'd sure as hell pick the water. Point is, value is subjective to the individual. Bitcoin, along with all forms of money, derives subjective value from the soundness of its properties. Unlike every other type of money on Earth, all of these properties are secured in Bitcoin by the laws of mathematics, consensus, and engineering. So maybe the more important issue is, what exactly is securing the value of these?
But let's get back to the interview.
Backed by anything, but it's backed by actual energy. It is financial energy. If you really look into it, and I'm not saying that you have to get into it. I just think it's an education point where I think you should look into it and actually try to grasp the understanding of it. I know I'm not explaining to you well, like
yeah, I do a little bit of research. I appreciate it. That's what's up.
Yeah, and
I'll do some research. I'm not gonna put my money into it, but I'll do some research.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can put your money into it when it's 200,000 or later, because you got a situation where you understand this system. Like me, I'm not good at this system. A lot of people in the world is not good at this system of making money. It's like everybody's not good at playing football, but you can cheer for your football team. You see what I'm saying? You could get outside of the system and build your own way. That's why people make jerseys and make hats and clothes and stuff like that to go on the football field. Like I'm good at what I do. And I just put my savings there so I can appreciate my value.
I got you. All right. Well, I definitely look into it.
So that was the interview with Anton. So go ahead and minimize this real quick. My guy said he gonna look into it. Hopefully he's able to look into it for real and actually hopefully he grasps a different understanding. And I know I didn't explain it well. It's plenty of people on internet that can explain Bitcoin to the T. If you look at some of the videos, I did a reaction video to some things on this channel. So go ahead through my channel and you can see what is about to happen when Bitcoin blows up. But I just think, man, we need to have an alternative. We was born in a world where we had to depend on the financial system that the world has. Imagine being born in a house that you couldn't move out of. Or imagine being born only able to play one sport, basketball, but you're 4'9". Imagine like being in a world where it's only one kind of drink to drink, and it's orange juice. You never get to taste apple juice, strawberry juice, watermelon juice, or anything like that. That's what the world we in with the financial system world. We can't get outside of the increasing interest rates, the doggone inflation every year. Why should it be inflation every year? Why everything can't normally cost and you charge the value of it? Everything has to be inflated. It's always increasing interest rates. It's always somebody trying to change the tax laws. And we can't see anything on chain. We can't see what the government's printing. We can't monitor them, but they can monitor us. So why not make it fair? We could just use something that makes it fair for everybody. The blockchain system, Bitcoin, is the fairest. It's the fairest, the most needed system that we have. It's the best system that we have now, even though we got a good system as United States citizens, but it's the best system we have for the majority of the world. So this is Jake Fever. I'm signing out. Appreciate y'all. This is another episode of Bitcoin Behind the Bar. Thanks, Anton, for bringing me on. It was about 1,600 people I got to talk in front of. I'm only going to get better at this shit. Let's get it. Jake.